On your travels, you may have picked up things along the way that were unintentional. So before they bring you in, what they say is they unload those thistles. We still use this today. It's a little bit different because instead of building a fire at the edge of the woods, in the language they say they see somebody wandering on the edge of the longhouse, and they don't know who they are. So they make contact with them. So what they say is, "Dengwai what is that?" So that's what that means. Is we'll make contact with you, and then look through these words so that you can be welcome into the village.
If you're above the knee, press your ankle into your thigh so much that your left.
It's nice to, dip your toes in everything just to get a feel for what it is and appreciate things maybe you haven't before and dive into your own culture and, yeah, just really enlighten yourself about how your people see the world, how they see the world.
Extend that long through your fingertips. And then come back through the center.
Well, I did learn a few stories about indigenous peoples, and I've never had the chance to learn about any of those stories. And yeah, I have been thinking of illustrating or animating any of those stories.
I thought it was really cool and like educational. I loved it.
I like the kids here.
Okay, this right here, this portion right here.
I definitely like the archery the most. So I'm pretty good at archery, and that I definitely love arepas. My favorite. I think it was really cool to meet new people because we lived in kind of like a camp, and there's like gates around, so we don't really get to see new people a lot.
Just our cousins and our family.
Around, especially around our young women, because our young women should be treated with respect, or not hear words that are disrespectful.
I think that our traditions are like starting to like not be as strong as they used to be. So I think it's important to pass it on to the next few generations.
And I hope that you guys can come back as campers, but also come back and to be sitting in a place like where Jocelyn is, and a place where Walter is, and a place like Joyanio and Lajila Howie. You know, these guys have all been here, and to be able to have them come back and to be a part of this first one with me is really meaningful to me.
And their leaves are just so big, like a lot of people say, as large as a squirrel's ear, and that's the time to pick or select basswood. The first moment in the year you can get basswood. Same thing for the piece in the center. You're going to hold it with your left hand, and with your right hand, you're going to twist it forward. You're going to twist the side forward with your right hand. Okay? Holding it with your left, twisting it with your right. Switch places with them. So now this one's in the back and that one's in the front. And then you're going to twist the forward one, and you're going to wrap backwards. Twist it, change places.
Yep. Thank you, Pete.
You would know how to cut it, prepare it, and cook it, and serve it to other people as well as yourself. So
I enjoyed it because the food was really good. Made popcorn and we were just around the fire hanging out, and then they just tell us like a whole couple other stories that I never knew about. It's always just a good thing to know about your religion, and our religion can still be alive and keep on going.
I have this one. Yeah, that'll be good. So this one will be able to like when you're close to that, that is hot.
Made on the side a little bit.
Yes, I like chewy stuff.
What exactly is not?
It's corn flour that's ground up and then boiled, and it triples in its size.
Okay, give the pumpkins to us.
We got our future woman who tells it like it is.
Yeah. Those are
Wait, you did those spots in there?
Set this whole thing down here.
Oh my god.
Okay. Come on.
I appreciated the camp because nowadays there's not many first language speakers or people who even know what Edge of the Woods like ceremony was and how would it work. So the camp really taught me a lot about that, and also taught me a lot about my culture as well. A lot of the things that stuck out is just to always remember like where our people came from, how our people operated back then, and just how we treated each other, how we'd be welcoming for people to come and like enter our village if they needed food or shelter. It's nice to see that our old traditions are being taught to like my generation and the younger generations. Being around other native kids too has taught me like what happens or like what's normal for them and on their reservations or where they live, and how it's so different from how I was raised and how it is on my reservation. Preserving our language is one of the biggest things that every native kid and parent should be learning right now. I believe that we should preserve our language just to bring it back and have all these stories that were in Seneca, have it translated so these young kids can know, but it should still also be said in Seneca.
It felt nice to connect with indigenous kids my age, because back in Buffalo you can't do that very often. I know almost no one who is my ethnicity except my family in Buffalo, so it was actually really cool to see other kids like me.
More or less before the French Army. French Army went to the other towns, other 4 towns, did the same thing.
I just want to let people know that we're just not some history lesson in social studies. and that we're still here, and we do contribute a lot to about everything here.